Just stopped in the Dollar Tree to get a doggone container to put some castor oil in that I don't want. But my mother is insisting that I take some of this, of the gallon that my aunt then purchased of castor oil, just in case I get sick. Listen to me. I'm gonna have to be at death's door for me to take some castor oil. I'm gonna tell you that right now. However the weather, this last sickness I had, I think I was at death's door almost. So, I am going to pick up my mama. She got to take some pants back to Dee Dee's. Sir, if you don't put your damn pants up, you don't look a damn... Oh, Lord, I done cussed all over the vlog. He look a mess. He got his whole ass out in the streets. I'm going to have to cut all this out because I'm just cussing. But yeah, you know what? I haven't used my mount in a while. Let me mount you up here for a second. Quick sec. You know what? Hold on. Okay, I got you in there. So first of all, I got my usual favorite that I ain't supposed to have. I feel like I just need a little liquid encouragement when I'm gonna be out in these streets with my mama. It's 3:55 p.m. Friday, April 4th. And I'm going out of town this weekend coming. Me and Mom are going to see Tasha Cobbs perform tomorrow in Miramar at the Cultural Center. So that's exciting. I never go to shows and concerts anymore now, since I've never, even when I was younger, honestly, outside of like going to see my first concert, which was Salt and Pepper, outside of that experience, there may have been like 2 other shows that I was like really hyped and excited to go see. But I'm not a concert type person. Like, I don't like big crowds typically, so I'm not a big fan of being in no crowd, honestly, especially in today's, you know, pew society. I really am not. But this is a smaller venue, so it shouldn't be too bad. And it's a gospel concert, so, you know, prayerfully no shenanigans. But like I said, that's tomorrow, so I'm picking her up today. I know she itching to get out the house. You know, she like Jose. She can't stand sitting still too long. So yeah. So my agenda today is I've got to get my taxes done because April 15th is looming. And here we are once again, the last minute doing the freaking taxes. So I got to get that done because next weekend we're going to New Orleans to surprise my nephew for his birthday. He knows I'm coming, but he has no idea my mom is coming with me. But his mom and her, so my sister and her good girlfriend are coming in celebration of her birthday. But we're all April birthdays. So they're going for her birthday, but also to celebrate my nephew's birthday. And so I just was like, oh, I'm going to just piggyback on their trip and just come with them. But he don't know my mom is coming. So I'm the only one that's been to New Orleans to visit him since he lived there. Me and my husband went a couple years back for our anniversary one year. And it was really dope. Like, he had us. He was like a little, we had our own personal tour guide. He took us every doggone where. By the time, it was like a whirlwind because it was just a long weekend. When I say my nephew showed up and showed out, he took us to like this little dope speakeasy where they had like live music, just different food vendors and clothing vendors. It was dope. It was mad dope. Spoken word. It was such a good experience, and that was in my early YouTube. Listen at me. I'm a year in talking about my early YouTube years. So my footage is trash, but if I can dig some of my footage up, I'll add some to the vlog. Somebody done walked out of their shoes. I'm excited for the trip. It's gonna be a little bit longer than the trip me and Jose took, because we were there from like, I think we went in on a Friday and came home Sunday or something. Like it was a quick trip, a quick one. And when I tell you, our old butts felt that trip, and that was, golly, that might have been, I don't think it's been 10 years, but it's been a grip. And when I say we can't hang, we cannot hang. We were so doggone tired after that trip. You should have seen us dragging off the airplane. It was a pitiful sight to see. So I know my sister's kind of chill like me. So I know she ain't trying to go do a bunch of stuff. They like to go shopping and things like that, but they not like trying to go to the clubs or nothing. My sister's 60. She in her 60s now, so them club days over. She done had her days. Yeah, she and her good girlfriend, they're older. My mom is, she just turned 80, so it ain't like we gonna be going to go do no lot of crazy stuff, ripping and running. So whatever he got planned for us, or like wherever he wanna take us, he said there's something going on this weekend, well, next weekend. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm not quite sure, but I know there's some kind of festival. They always having stuff in New Orleans though. But he said it's some kind of festival happening right now. So while we'll be there, we'll be able to go. And he did drop this little nugget. He said he got a beat on some Ali Sadiq. He's on YouTube, but he's a comedian. He's freaking hilarious. So if you ain't hip to him, look up Ali Sadiq on YouTube. Just watch everything he got, because you're gonna fall out laughing if you ain't hip to him. So he gonna try to get us tickets to go see that. And I'm like, how can I tell him get an extra ticket? Because mom is coming. I can't tell him. But I'm like, maybe I could be like, Jose might try to come with us, but I don't know. I can't say that. It'd give it away if I just be like, oh, see if you could get one more ticket just in case. But who goes and get an extra ticket just in case when it's already hard enough to try to get some extra tickets anyway? So we're going to try to go see him live in person if that's at all possible. I know he's trying to get us the tickets. So that's what's happening. So we leave Thursday, the 10th, and we come back on the 14th. So because I got to work all the way up to the 10th, I got to pack this weekend. And of course, we being cheap. We got the cheapest flight we could and the best flight. So we flying Spirit. So at this moment now, I'm thinking we should have just paid for a bag, but me and my mom we both packed mad light. But I know she's gonna want to buy stuff when we there, and we already only can take a book bag. And if we don't pay for the bag now, it was $60 for one check bag. $60 on Spirit for one check bag. Most airlines it's like $35, $40 at the most. $60 Spirit for a check bag? Come on. But if it was $60 to prepay for a check bag, it's gonna be $100 at the airport. Like, if it's $60 to prepay, what is it at the airport? Let's be for real. So I'm just like, I ain't planning to buy nothing. We just had to pay last year's taxes finally off. So I'm like, listen, I ain't buying nothing. But yeah, I ain't got coins to do absolutely no shopping right now, other than like little something that I could like wear on my wrist or something. Anyway, I said all that to say I'm excited to go see my nephew in his natural habitat. It's gonna be so good to see him. And also, just to hang out with my big sis and my mom. Her friend Denise, I have never hung out with her because my sister's much older than me. So she's much older than me. Well, she was a teenager when I was born, so she is much older than me. But it'd just be good to be able to hang out and see my nephew. That's all I want to do. Like, I ain't got no plans to do nothing while we there. Like, whatever they want to do, I'm rocking with them. I don't care. I don't have no agenda. I just want to hang out with my family and do whatever. Yeah, so it's a busy April. I am doing all of the things. I don't know if I mentioned earlier in the vlog, but I'm taking this business class through SCORE. We're on week 4 now. Yeah, and I don't even know how I freaking forgot to log on. I was ready to log on and got distracted, and the next thing I know, it was 2 hours later, and I was like, oh, I forgot my class. So I requested them to send me the recording. Like, I am re-energized on my content creator space. So I'm doing the back end things, the things that I was feeling like really insecure about as far as business is concerned. So just getting some classes and I'm going to go ahead and request a mentor through SCORE so that I can get some like hands-on, like a real business person to like help me in the areas that I have no idea about. Like I said, I am a true worker bee. Like, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, but I'm a worker bee. I enjoy comfort and stability of having a job and benefits, so I can go get my teeth checked, things like that. Like, I need that. I need some health benefits. But I also have this burning desire to, forge my own path as well, but in the safest way possible, which, I know that's kind of like an oxymoron, because entrepreneurship is not safe at all. Like, it's just not. So I was just saying that to say, like, okay, I'm back at it again. This journey to entrepreneurship, or becoming a business owner, it's messy. It's like you made some progress, then you backtrack, then you fall off. Like, it's not a straight line. So I'm gonna give myself grace in certain areas, but as I always say, grace with understanding that it's not like, okay, it's not okay to just fall off just because. And that's where I get scared. Wednesday, I did a corporate run, and of course I walked it. So I was walking with a coworker. He had asked me about doing a podcast back when I was doing podcasts, and then at that time it was a little bit more involved. Like, now you can literally, by the time I get to where I'm going, I could be them uploaded a podcast episode. Hell, this could be a podcast episode. I could have this up and live by the time I get where I'm going, because it's just so easy now. But I was asking him, like, I know you were asking me about podcasting. Did you ever do it? Did you ever get your podcast started? And he was like, nah, I ain't do it. He's like, I just don't know. I got, because of how, what I do at my job, I don't know. And I'm like, I get that, podcasting ain't it's mainstream now. So it's not as incognito. Like, I still have no idea how he found out that I was a podcaster. Like, I never even asked him. I don't know why I didn't even think to ask him, like, hey, how did you even know that I did a podcast? I wasn't secret with what I was doing when I was doing it, but I also wasn't like really broadcasting it, if that makes sense. Oh shit, I hear a lot of, oh, there they go. I hear some sirens. But yeah, because I was like, what is it? Is it the tech? Is it the money? Is it the time? Like, what is it? Why you're not moving forward on it? That was years ago. Like, that was 2012 when I was doing my podcast. So why haven't you done it? And he just was like, no, I think it was more so, just having a regular job and not wanting to conflict with that. And his position is a little bit more delicate than what I was doing at the time. I was in marketing anyway, so it was like, that was a perfect fit. Like, that was a plus that I had a podcast going into marketing. But I get it. So I was like, okay, we got our marching orders. Like, you with the podcast and me with accountability. Because I was saying, my nutritionist recommended I see a behavioral behavioral therapist because you're self-sabotaging, and there's no real, neither one of us saw a real reason why I was doing the things that I was doing. As far as like with my weight, like this right here, like this is self-sabotaging. All week I've been doing good. Today I'm gonna go have McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Or like I had Pincho the other day too. So it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing all of this, you're doing all of the right things, and then you just all of a sudden just veer left for no reason. Like I don't be most of the time. When I was hungry today, but I knew what I was doing, so I wanted a shake. But still, I could have, like, I got a soda that, and I don't even drink soda. I had soda today and I had that. So these are behaviors that there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no reason why I should be doing the things that I'm doing. As far as like, you know, messing things up for myself. It's one thing if you having cravings, it's not even that. It wasn't even like I was craving that. It was just like I just wanted it. Like, I'm just gonna go have that. It was a conscious decision to say, oh, I'm gonna go get a McFlurry. What is it? A caramel mac, whatever the hell the name of it, a frappe. I'm just gonna go get a frappe. It wasn't that I was craving it, like, oh, I want a frappe. Nothing like that. It was just a conscious decision to say, I'm gonna go get me a frappe. So having said all that, and like I was telling my coworker, once she and I talked about that, I started seeing a pattern of me self-sabotaging. I seen it with the podcast when I was doing it. As soon as I started getting a little, like, I got put, in an article from one of my favorite people. Like, she wrote about me. I'm like, she know who I am? You know what I mean? Like, things started happening. As things started happening with the podcast, immediately I just stopped. Immediately. It was like, and it wasn't a conscious thing of being like, I'm pulling back. It was that I wanted to pivot, and I just didn't know which way, how I wanted to pivot. Like, did I want to make it a interview type show, or did I just want to feature, spotlight, women of color creators? Business owners. It just was, there really was no reason. And that is a pattern of self-sabotage. Right when I was starting to pop off, I was getting opportunities to do things that I didn't even ask for. If you haven't read The Alchemist, I'm gonna read it again. It's when I say that's a great book, read The Alchemist. Somebody reminded me today, one of the shows I was watching just randomly on YouTube, he gave a quote from The Alchemist about, when you go about the business that you're supposed to be doing, the universe will conspire to help you get there. And at that time when I was doing a podcast, there was so many instances of people, right when I could tell it was getting ready to pop. Like, all of the hard work was starting to pay off. Like, that means that people were in rooms talking about me that I didn't know and that I had no idea about. Like, I got put in an article of, I think it was like the 40 Black and Hispanic podcasters in Miami to listen to. Something like that. I got a chance to speak about my experience at Podcast Movement from one of the creators of the whole Podcast Movement conference. Like, I was invited personally from him to come up in front of the local Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Miami group to speak about my experience. And like, just randomly he was like, oh, would you mind? And I'm like, yeah, sure. What else? And then I had a young lady call me to interview me. She was doing she was doing something for her school, and she just called me and was like, oh, can I interview you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Right after that interview is when I stopped doing everything. Like, all those opportunities. I got invited. The Podcast Movement. I got invited to Podcast Movement for free. Like, all I had to cover was my room and board. Like, I got invited to go, and I didn't have to even pay for the conference. So I'm just saying, like, there was so many opportunities. That was the universe conspiring to help me get where I was trying to go with the podcast, and things was starting to pop, and I shut it off. It's so crazy how those behaviors that you're doing, they're harmful to you. Some worse than others. Like, this shit here is the worst of all. Like, you know, some things you can look at as procrastination, but a lot of times it's self-sabotage. And I never saw that until I was having a conversation with her about, like, what I'm doing with my eating habits. Because I don't know if I told y'all. Okay, so I don't know if I told y'all, but I was one doctor's visit away from getting off of the statin that I'm on for my cholesterol, right? I was like eating right, working out, 4 to 5 times a week I was working out. I was going to Orange Theory. I was running. What else was I doing? I was eating, not 100%, but I would say 80 to 90%. I was eating the right things. I still was having my little, you know, good things that I like here and there, but for the most part, I was on it. Because when I got on that statin, my doctor told me, you know, this doesn't seem like it's lifestyle. It seems like it's hereditary, and you're probably going to be on this statin for the rest of your life. I told that lady, the devil is a lie. I'm not going to be on this statin for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not. And I'm getting off this statin as soon as possible. And I'll put in work. When I say I put in work, I was one visit away. So over probably about a 9-month period of her checking the blood, like, okay, you coming down. You know, you serious. You coming down, you trending in the right direction. I turned them numbers all the way around. She was like, I just want to give it, you know, one more, you know, 3-month period, just to make sure that it's you and not the drug that's doing the work, like that is getting these results, before I take you off. 3 months. That's all I had to do. 3 months, and I was going to come off this statin. 3 months, I took all of that work and flushed it down the toilet. I went completely back the other way. Not only did I not get off of the statin, she added another drug because my triglycerides was through the roof. I never seen numbers like that. Like, all my numbers was trash. The sugar numbers, the H1AC, whatever it is. That one wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good either. Like, my numbers. She was like, "What happened? You were doing so excellent." And she was like, "You still taking the medicine, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I was still faithfully taking the medicine. I didn't take myself off or nothing." My numbers was so trash. She was like, "I want to increase the statin that you're on, but I'm not. But I have to give you something for these triglycerides because the number it was just way too high." So I'm like, I know what I was doing. I was cutting a fool. When I say cutting a fool, cutting a damn fool. And them numbers showed out. I knew I did bad, but I didn't realize, I guess because I had did so good for so long, I felt like I could cheat a little bit more than usual. Honey, my body said, "We telling on you. We are telling all of it." So, yeah. So, long story short, I'm on 2 medications, and I got to work my way back off. All right, I'm here to pick up my mama. I'll call y'all back. Where I got that from? I had to pause the TV because Stephen A. Smith big mouth self.
Hey, shut up.
My husband getting ready to take me to my what? Birthday brunch.
Birthday brunch. I'm hungry too. Come on, baby.
I'm trying to get back to regular vlogging. Like, I done got real comfortable with those Meta glasses, and I got to get back to normal with my real everyday regular.
Go to the bank, right, babe?
regular vlog. Okay, so on the docket today, oh, I didn't say what today. Today is April 25th, 2025. On the docket today is brunch with baby, the bank. I don't know if he's coming back home, but I got to take my aunt to the DMV. Jose might just rock with us. We'll see.
No, I gotta go get my medicine, remember?
Where is that?
All the way in Atlantic. No, over here.
Oh, well. So, I'll check back in as the day goes, because Mr. got his own set of plans. I thought we was rocking together all day long.
I'll do that.
Let me get you. Let me see.
Baby's good now.
You can hear me because it's mad loud in here, but Jose made me try the biscuits and gravy. He said every time we go out, we gotta try something new, so it's pretty good. It ain't no Bob Evans, but
I don't know.
it's good.
I think it is better.
Jose say he think it's better than Bob Evans.
I have to think Bob Evans.
I know you lying. Lies. Okay, so this weekend is my birthday weekend, and I'm going to try to attempt to get all of my free birthday giveaways from all of the companies except for Target, because they only give you 5%. So if I pay with my Target card, that'll be 5% discount plus the 5% birthday. But we ain't messing with Target. I was about to say a bad word, but you already know. So I'm gonna show you the list. These are the things. Here, let me put it on the clean spot of the refrigerator so you can see it while I'm all in my face. So today we did mark one thing off, and I've got a couple things off the list. So it is 11 things on this list. This list is normally at least 20 to 21 items. Oh, you know what? I just got another one. Let me write it on here real quick. I got one this morning. Okay, so let me show you the list. These are all of my free for my birthday. So my goal is to knock everything on that list off this weekend. Most of them I have until May 1st, but some of them give you 30 days. But yeah, so let's see if we can do it. P.F. Chang's.
Nice spot.
My favorite birthday spot. Only because they got the banana spring rolls. Say hi, Jose. He's such a hater. He don't want me to be great. Extra crispy. Looks good. What you got?
Singapore.
Sweet noodles.
Yeah. Rice noodles.
Leaving with a sack. Jose food was too spicy.
Yeah, it was.
But this coming from a man who was like, What did you put in the eggs? It's so spicy.
That shit was
I was
spicy.
like, black pepper, a smidge of black pepper. Now, I done changed his whole world.
That shit was spicy, I ain't gonna lie. That's good.
Thank you for my birthday dinner and birthday brunch. And head home for the night. Jose, Mama, and I in Chick-fil-A getting dinner after seeing, what's the movie? Sinners. It was fan-freaking-tastic. First of all, before we get into Sinners, I'll come back to that. We're marking one thing. Only reason I hopped on is because we're marking one thing off of my birthday list that wasn't even on my birthday list. I got a free dessert at Chick-fil-A. So we're getting free dessert at Chick-fil-A. I need to add that to the list. So this weekend, my goal was to get all of my free birthday shenanigans